Hey guys, wow, I feel like it's been forever since I did my makeup on camera because I've been doing all those clothing videos, but I've been having a blast with those. Okay, so my makeup routine has changed quite a bit in the last, I don't know, week or so. So all I've done so far is hydrate my lips with the Peanuts and Profusion lip mask. It's a apple bobbin lip mask. I can't get over the size of this thing. I've never had a lip mask with a container that big before, but I like that. So what I do now is instead of using a traditional face primer, I use the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence as a primer. And this is in the shade Light. And I use the Sephora foundation Pro foundation brush to apply it, and this is like super hydrating with very minimal coverage. So that's why I use it as a primer, because it really doesn't have nearly enough coverage, I think, for most people's needs. So I'm just going to buff that in, and I do like one squirt, or one pump I should say, for half my face. This has skincare ingredients in it, so it's supposed to be really good for your skin. This is the pumpkin mirror that came out with the Profusion Halloween collection. This is so hydrating that it almost has a hard time sinking into your skin because it's got so much moisture to it. So I just keep blending until my skin looks like it's absorbing it in. Okay, so the next thing that I do is Corrector, and I really love the NYX Pro Fix Stick Corrector. NYX is having a 40% off sale right now, and I was really tempted to place an order and get a backup of this, a backup of, I really like the eyebrow pencil that I was using. I ran out of it, so I'm using something else now that I do like, but not as much as the NYX one. And then I thought about getting a backup of the NYX Buttermelt bronzer, but I placed an order for something else instead, and I thought that would be overkill. Actually, I placed two orders, one that has nothing to do with makeup. So I thought that would be overkill to place a third online order. This is the Sephora Pro Concealer Brush. And what I do is, instead of applying the corrector directly from the stick, I like to apply it better from the brush. I just feel like it, blends a lot better. So I go under my eyes. So I'm just going to wait and not get backups of those three products and keep using what I have in my collection for now. So I have a lot of redness in my eye area, so I also use the corrector there too. Because see how much that took the redness down, which I know doesn't make sense because it's a pink corrector, but it does diminish the redness even though it's pink. I think it's because it's like a light pink. Okay, now I also have redness on my neck. And my chin area. Now, whatever this doesn't cover, the foundation and powder will. But we're going to do concealer next, and I've gone back to using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer in 110. This is such a nice concealer, and I think this has skincare ingredients in it too. So I do apply that directly from the applicator because it has a sponge applicator, so it applies it really nicely. See how much that covered the redness in my eye area? So I'm just going to go over those same areas that I hit with the corrector, and see, that makes a big difference. I like to cover it up as much as I can before I go in with the foundation, because no foundation is going to cover what I just covered completely, you know, without a little help. Okay, so let's put that aside now. Now we're going in with my foundation, and I've gone back to using the CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless foundation, and my shade is 220 Creamy Natural. This is pretty expensive along with this, but I don't know, I think it's worth it. So you can see that I've hit pan on that, and I actually have a backup of this in my drawer. And I'm just going to use the applicator that comes with it, but I did buy some other applicators because you can only use this so many times before you have to throw it out. Okay, I went up a little too high with that, so I'm going to have to grab my concealer brush and blend that out because, yeah, I went up too high. If you have dry skin, this combo is like a dream come true because they are both very hydrating, because this is called CoverGirl and Olay because it's got Olay skincare in it. So yeah, this is just fantastic for dry skin. And really nice coverage. Okay, I think I hit all areas and I think I blended it in okay. So the next, I do like, even though I have kind of dry skin, because I have all those moisturizing foundations on, I can get away with using powder because that is really going to give you like a flawless finish. And I'm using those e.l.f. applicators that I showed you I bought in a previous video. Now I use Revlon Colorstay pressed powder. And this type of applicator works so much better than a brush when you use a pressed powder. So I'm just going to press this into my skin in like a patting motion. And that's going to merge with Those are the layers that I put on. So this is full coverage here, but that's what I like. I like to look as flawless as possible for my makeup. Okay, so that's pretty good. I see a little bit of redness right there. So that's as good as it's gonna get. So full coverage. Okay, next I go in with my NYX Buttermelt bronzer in the shade Buttercup, and I use this Real Techniques brush, and it's so old that it has the writing worn off, so I don't even remember which brush this is. Sorry. So I like to sculpt out my cheeks first. Like that. And then do the hairline. And then I do like small circular motions to blend it out even further. Okay. Now I stopped going under my chin. I used to do that all the time because that's where I get a lot of irritation. So I feel like that putting that product under there aggravates that. So I don't want to do anything to make that situation worse. So I stopped doing that. Okay, now next, I've been using my Benetint a lot. And all I do is I wipe off the excess and then I just do one dot right there, and then just take two fingers and blend it out, and that's just going to give me a natural blush. I don't like a lot of blush, so I just do one dot is plenty. So I start like at the center and then blend it up and out like that. And then I've been using the Benefit High Beam highlighter a lot too. Same thing, wipe off the excess, and then I do this about right there, and then just take one finger and go right across the top of my cheekbone. Sometimes your fingers are your best tools. Okay, now I was looking at oh, actually, the next thing I usually do is my brows, and I've been using the Hard Candy brow pencil in medium brown, and this has been working out fine, and my brows actually look very natural with this. So I'll just do one just to give you an idea, and I start with the inner part of my brows and just do small strokes upward. And then I start going across and just, fill in the blanks. Now, the part of my brow that needs the most help is at the beginning. So I usually just keep doing that until it looks natural, and then take the spoolie on the other end of the brow pencil and brush up and across, and then give it a look and go back and go over any areas that still look like they're not filled in enough, and then give it an additional brush. So see how natural that looks? I mean, there's no empty spaces like there is over here, but it's the right color for my brows. That's so important, you guys, to try to find a color that looks natural. Um, I kind of like to change the color a little bit with my other pencil that I was using, but this looks way more natural. All right, I'm going to shut the camera off and do the other brow off camera to save a little bit of time. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use is something that I used to rave about. I used to use it every single day, and then I kind of put it aside for a while, and I'm going back to it today. This is the Colourpop Shadow Stick in the shade Bear With Me. And this, for me, is the very best eyeshadow primer for just about any look. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, I started using other things, and so that's what it looks like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Wet n Wild shadow brush, and I'm just going to like load some on the brush. And I put this in the crease and outer corner. And then what's left on the brush, I'm going to bring across the lid. And that is the perfect base for me. And I love this formula. If you've never tried a Colourpop shadow stick, they are nice, really nice. So load up the brush again and start in the outer corner and then work across to the shape that you want for your crease area, and then take what's left and go across your lid. And this is, yeah, the perfect base. And this color works works well with so many shadows, especially if you're into neutrals, which I've been on a neutral kick for a while now, although I did just get some pigments from Just Pigments like I showed you the other day, so I kind of want to play around some more with those new pigments that I got, and those are more, you know, colorful rather than neutral. And this sets up pretty fast, so you know, if you want to do any additional blending, you don't have a lot of time. Okay, so base is on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this small blending brush that came with my Manic Kadar kit. I like the size and shape and of this brush. And I'm going to use MAC Finjan. Now I got this at a CCO or cosmetic company store, so I don't know if this is available normally, because sometimes they're like remainders. So I'm just gonna put some of that on my brush, and we're gonna go right in the whole outer corner area. But see how perfectly that color blends with that base that I used. I mean, these pair so well together. Okay, so did like the whole outer corner, and now I'm gonna finish out the rest of that crease. So yeah, this all coordinates beautiful. Now I'm gonna put this aside for now, and I'm gonna go into another shadow that I got at a CCO recently. This is called Nude Model. So yeah, it's a nude. I don't know really how else you would describe this. I'm going to use a clean Wet n Wild shadow brush. I have multiples of these because they sell them at Dollar Tree. Whoa, I may have put too much there, so let me tap off the excess. Yeah, look at that. I think I put too much. And I'm just gonna set this down in front of me and hope that I don't bump it or anything. All right, now I'm gonna do the lid. So I'm just putting this all over the lid. Yeah, how would you describe this? I mean, I just look at it and think it's a nude, but really it's like a bronzy, coppery type shadow. It's sort of a cross between bronze and copper. Yeah, I'm so into these kind of colors these days. I just can't get enough of them. It's funny how you go through phases where you're just drawn to certain things. So at this point, I'm going to go back to Finjan and just pick up a little bit more. And blend that with the nude model. Because we don't want any strong lines of separation, see? Okay, now I'm going to take a detail brush and I'm going into Finjan. And I'm gonna just put a little bit of that on the lower lash line. I don't like to do like the shimmery one under my eye because if one of those shimmer particles gets in your eye, it can be really irritating. So yeah, I just like to do the matte. Is this a matte? Yes. Finjan is a matte, yes. But make sure you take it all the way to the outer corner and connect it to the outside corner area. Okay. Now obviously I'm just doing one eye at a time here so that we can skip over the second eye just to save some time. Wet n Wild lash curler. If you're looking for a lash curler, this is a good one. Not expensive. Got an odd shape to it though, so it feels kind of funny when you do this compared to a standard lash curler, but it does the job for a reasonable price. I love Wet n Wild. There's a lot of good drugstore type brands out there. But every once in a great while, I like to splurge and treat myself to like some, more expensive products like the Benefit and the MAC. And even the CoverGirl is getting up there now. Okay, this is the LA Colors Wickedly Glam Mascara. That was the mascara that LA Colors released with their Halloween collection this year. So I'm just wiping off the excess back onto the top of the tube so that it doesn't, clump up my lashes. Always start with the bottom lashes, because if you start with the top, when you go to do your bottom lashes, you're gonna get transfer. Okay, so we'll just give that a second to dry. Now we can move on to the top lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna shut the camera off and do the other eye and come back and we'll do the next step together. Okay, so the other eye is done, and now on my lips, I want to use Clinique Almost Lipstick in Black Honey. This is the epitome of fall lipstick. It's not, the reason why they call it Almost Lipstick is it's a tinted lip balm, really. And it looks real scary in the tube, but it's not going to apply that color. So don't be scared if you've never tried this. Now, because it's like a tinted lip balm formula, I'm not going to use a lip liner. So see, it's not applying like this. It's just going to give you like berry stained lips is the effect that you get from this. And it feels really nice, hydrating, moisturizing. And I thought that would go nice with the other color story I have going on here. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing and giving me a thumbs up if you like this video. I think I got eyeliner on my thumb there. So I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.